a postdoctoral researcher at CRAN at Trinity College Dublin. And the research that I do is on these films of metal nanowires that are sort of randomly sprayed on. So they've got these distributions of junctions between nanowires that sort of have arbitrary properties that can be turned on and off. And so what we're trying to do is build circuits that function more closely to how the human brain functions than like traditional electronics that we've all got in our cell phones and everything.
I wanted to get involved with this project because I'm very interested in the conjunction between art and science. I was really happy to get paired up with Jessamyn because she was working on a really interesting strand of science that I could sort of become a visual translator for.
I tried to figure out what material would be the most useful, and I ended up sending her just everything that I could get my hands on, like some outreach stuff that we had put together, like a video talking about our research, but also some images, a paper draft that we had.
I sort of picked out really interesting snippets of information that became visuals for me while I was watching the video. And the very strong image that I was getting was obviously that because the technology kind of simulates the brain, so we decided to use an image of the brain.
We talked a lot over Skype to try to, both me explain my research and for her to give me some input on like what is a good way to present it, what are some interesting angles we could take, like what's going to be visually the most striking.
We decided to, instead of using very sort of complicated graphs, to use a very, very clear and tactile message, hence using the image of the brain. And we wanted to show that the connections that you make in your brain are physical, hence we used just a very simple sticker that you could put on the poster in a very specific place that would sort of explain the fact that when you make the connection stronger and physical, that's basically how the technology works.
I really liked the idea that Ala had to do something interactive where people could actually modify the poster, and then at the end of just the poster being on display, it has learned something from being part of the exhibition, because that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's the perfect way to explain it.